Hey everybody, I had a couple of questions about the Christmas Lights project and specifically about the random versus Vixen mode switch and the little LED board that I put together to show which channels were getting turned on and off. Unfortunately, I've been reconstructing this project with 32 channels and solid state relays, so I have everything kind of torn apart, but I'll try and show you here. First of all, on an LED, you can see that one of the leads is longer than the other one. The longer lead is the positive lead. So there's just one little thing on the bottom there. That longer lead is the positive, and the shorter one is the negative. Now here's the LED board that I had, and this has already been pulled apart because I needed the resistors, but there's where I had them all plugged in. The other thing that you can tell on most LEDs, and I'm sorry this camera doesn't work too well close up, there's a flat edge, and the flat edge is usually the negative side. That's the shorter lead. Put all your LEDs in and make sure that the flat edge is pointed all the same direction. In this case, the flat edge is all to the left of this board. Every two holes here have the first hole has the negative of the first LED, and the second hole has the positive of the first LED. And then the second two holes have the negative of the second LED and the positive of the second LED. Notice that I've bent the negative side of all of the LEDs. I've bent that probe up, that lead up, and I've connected them all with one wire and soldered it all the way across. So the positive side, the negative side of all of them are connected together. And then what was on here, which you can't see right now, but I'll put one in place here, was connected to each of the positive leads, the ones that aren't going up to the top, was a 1K ohm resistor. So there'd be one there and one there all the way across. Each one of these resistors on this side, on the bottom edge, was connected to the ribbon cable, and that allowed current to flow positively into the positive LED lead and then back out, and all of these are connected. And then I think I had down here at the very last one, I think is where I had the ground wire. So that completes the circuit. I hope that helps a little bit. I know that's kind of real hard to see on this camera. Now, as for the switch, what I had here is just this switch, and this particular switch will take 3 amps at 125 volts or 1 amp at 250 volts, and it's just 2 leads out of the bottom. It's off, or if I flip it over and then it's on, right? It connects those two leads out of it. I can't remember. I think this is called a single throw, single pole switch. Now, while I've got everybody's attention, you can see that I've got everything disconnected here because I've been building the new version. This is the start of the new version. And you can see that instead of the mechanical relays that we had there, I've got right now just 2, but I've got 2 more coming of the solid state relay boards, and they're 8 channels each. And I've replaced the metal boxes with these 4 gang, meaning that they can handle 4 sets of electrical sockets, blue plastic mountings. And then I've made, instead of using the little 4 wire nut things that I was using before to make the negative bus and the positive bus and the ground bus, I'm using these oh, what the heck are they called? Oh, bridge strips or something, and you can get these at Radio Shack, and then there's typically what they do is they separate each of the two screws. Since I want everything on each of the buses connected, you can get these little shorter bars that you put in there, and it connects everything across here. And then I'll just flip this over really quick. And you can see here, that's the start of the front of the new version of this. Looks a lot cleaner. You know, I was in a hurry to get the other one done last time. This is what I had really hoped for it to look like, and now there are 32 channels. There are 32 different sockets. But essentially the wiring is identical. You know, you have the same common buses, ground, hot, negative. I am also this time, instead of where on the mechanical relays I had the white wire or the neutral of every one of the plugs, and that's what I was switching. Now I am actually switching the hot, which is the black wire out of every one of the plugs. And I don't know that that makes a whole lot of difference, but I know that's what you're supposed to do. So that's what I've decided to do this time around.